this right now?
Yes.
I mean, we don't go to closed door and talk about it? Okay,
No.
so, all right. Where is it? It's up here. Right here, here we go. I don't think it matters, let's just do it in order. Less confusion. Okay, so item 30, this is the command officer's TA. You wanna brief us on the highlights on this? And any questions, folks, on the command? Command?
Yeah. I just want to make sure that my understanding of the drop program particularly is correct. And so I'd like to just start out with a premise, and when I'm saying the wrong thing, I'd appreciate it if you would say, no, that's not the way it works, okay? Okay, let's take somebody who has 20 years of service. And we're going to take a hypothetical person who's making $100,000 a year. And we're going to assume that because he had a couple of good years, his retirement is going to be $100,000. Okay, that's a couple of good years. So now that person turns in their retirement papers, right? So now their 100,000 starts, their retirement starts. Correct? Correct, okay. But they're in the drop program, so their pension is frozen at that 100,000 for the rest of their life.
Yeah, it could be
that's all they're going to get.
50%, 56% of their FAC, not 70%.
Now I'm giving the hypotheticals.
Okay.
Okay, so their pension is frozen. Now they go back to work and they continue making $100,000. If there's a raise involved, they get the raise. They're stuck at that $100,000.
They're stuck at that base wage. There's no increase in benefits, no banks, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
No promotions, no raises.
So now they're getting $100,000 retirement and $100,000 a year pay. Correct? Don't shake your head.
Well, whatever their base salary would have been.
No, they're right, but I think the councilman's question, John, the pension is frozen and held in an account by the pension fund, so they are not collecting any of that money.
Right.
It's going to go into a deferred retirement, the DROP, DR, deferred retirement program. So it's going to be set into an account as if they were getting paid annually. So if they enter at year 20, for years 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, that 100,000 will be placed into an account. At the end of their 5 years, when they hit official retirement, they will get paid out that 5-year payment, however they want that 5-year payment to be paid. So there were a couple options that were placed in the program, but they do not get that on top of working. So they go back, continue working for their base salary, as Chief said, with no benefits. Their insurance is paid for as a retiree, and they would continue just, again, collecting the pay.
So, and at the end of that 5-year period, when they get their lump sum, right, however they want it, then their pension begins at that point. They begin collecting their $100,000 a year pension.
Correct.
Well, yeah, they're kind of collecting their pension. It's going that deferred bank, yeah. Then they get
they are getting that money. It's just they're not getting it right then.
They are not getting
interest.
They are not getting any
No
interest. So one of the things that was important to us when we talked about it, based on the financials of the pension fund, was that doing this, that the pension fund would actually see the benefit. So they would see the retaining of that money, even though we're kind of setting it on paper, we're setting it over here in an account for them, the money stays earning. So the earnings would stay in the pension fund. They would get their payment out at that point.
Lump sum or having new guys.
So,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm fine now.
Well, I just want to get Pete, point clarified. So, the no promotions, no raises, no banks, I mean, on that same hypothetical situation, what is the savings to the city of those dollars that we're speaking about? I mean, just an average ballpark.
Well, again, I think it's, well, it's minimum 30, 40,000, I would imagine,
Annually.
annually.
Per?
Plus insurance.
Plus
I would
insurance.
say that those lump sum payments, or those payments are probably over 3 or 4 years. Insurance fees set aside, so, on top of that. So again, it is one of those little adages, I mean, it is a little bit around the theater that they call. You know, it's kind of answering, the goal of this program was to bridge the new hires with the existing patrol so that we get everybody back to 25. So we lost, you know, we had guys that didn't want to test because they had to stay 25 and they were under the 20-year program.
Right.
So this allows them to still hit 20, still work 5 more years, and allows to bridge till everybody's on the 25 track again.
So how many people could this affect? I mean, how many people are in this unit?
Well, it can affect command, I mean, it can affect command and everybody in patrol.
Right.
5. I think over the time of the contract, I think it's 5. John Blair is the only one right now in command that has 20 years, and I think in patrol there might be a couple.
What do you say, 5?
I thought I was told that there were 2 plus the chief for this contract.
Right now, I mean, right
Right
now.
For this contract,
Correct.
2 plus the chief, and the chief's not really on
Is that,
that.
was that your, like, the duration of the contract, or?
For the duration of this contract.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, just the duration.
2 is.
Well, how
that
many,
right? They
how
told me
many
2 plus the
18
chief.
or how many are higher in patrol right now? I don't think, well, you just got your sergeant list, so I don't think any of them are on that list, are they, except maybe
I think there,
1 or 2?
I read some information from the units, it's like five guys over the extent of the contract would be eligible
Okay,
for.
they told me 2 plus you.
Well, it's probably 2 right now, but over the.
No, they said over the contract that 1 or 2 eligible. Okay,
I
fine.
don't think that's true, because there's a
Okay.
couple of guys that have bought some time.
Okay, oh, well, then that's probably since I,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, anything else on this command?
Yeah, the changes in the contract, do we have a list of the changes in the contract that would
Compare,
allow me to go through once again this contract and make sure that I understand all of the changes?
I'm sure we do. I can get that
I
to
think
you.
you can email right now. An
email that to us,
Really?
Absolutely.
An email of both contracts, or of the
of
changes?
the updates with both of them, yeah, the changes, so we can, you know, so you can brief us a little bit on what you achieved, I guess, or what was achieved.
I could give you a brief rundown.
Yeah, this primarily mirrors the patrol contract, and one of the reasons is what we didn't want to really deter any of the patrolmen from going into the command union.
Right.
So it pretty much mirrors each other, but I can give you those.
But what they've done, what I'm saying in the past, when we would get a new contract, let's say we get this new one, and there's the old one here, but what would happen in the new one, everything that changed would be underlined, maybe when we
You
got
know-
it. So we would know the difference.
I can give you the list of changes. Believe me, it is more confusing the way it was done. We had the command unit, they wanted to make the changes, we said that's fine. We went through it and it was a little bit more confusing, so I didn't provide that to you. It's a little more confusing, but I can give you the list of changes.
And then we have the section listed as well?
Yes.
I think another, which wouldn't mirror the patrol, is the flat rate on sergeant, lieutenant, and rates. If you recall, it's 18%, I think, with sergeant, the differential between the highest corporal rate and sergeant rate. So anytime, that was the Me Too, that was the automatic Me Too, 18% Me Too, so if anything happened in control, it was 18% differential maintained in command, so it's automatic. So this is a flat rate for those 3 salaries as it applies.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, so we'll look forward to getting that from you in the morning or thereabouts somewhere. Next is